Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak 2. Last episode, after finishing our riverside sweep on the night of March 22nd by checking in on our informants, we moved on into the Tyrell District, chatting our way all the way through to arrive at the Seiden District. Phew, seems we've finally gone over the peak. That being said, I expect the new fiscal year to be just as busy. Well, regardless, we finally have time for a break, and that means I'll have time to use my personal T-phone. What should I look for on the old net? There's music, a movie posting site, an encyclopedia, gravure idol. No, not that one. No, not gravure. I mean, I don't know what that means because I'm not Japanese. Oh, is it a Japanese figure? I don't know that either. Today I sketched them all from the north along the freeway. It took me all day to do it, but the result is phenomenal. It's like I finally found the missing piece of a puzzle. I'll be able to replicate the tower's true essence any day now. Just a little more, just another push and I can do it. Gravy models. Oh, I love them. I love gravy. How are they modeling the gravy? The gravy's the most important part of the shot, right?
I'm so in
Welcome
love
to
with this
Erland,
land.
sir.
Maybe that's my future in streaming. A gravy bath. I've been Carol's replacement for quite a while now. I feel like I've mostly gotten a handle on things, but am I really doing this right? See, I want to grow into a clerk worthy of the Erland name. The manager hasn't had to discipline me lately, so that's a good sign, but that doesn't mean I can start slacking. Time passes so quickly. Whenever I see someone coming to buy new clothes, I can't help being reminded of that fact. You see, changing what you put on your body is incentive to change your mindset as well. That's why it's important to mix up your wardrobe when you enter a new stage in life.
Oh, please take as much time as you need.
A white liddy compact for Nina, the suspicious one. Also a cashmere jacket is available and a silky dress, but they lower our evasion for the defense boosts. Cerulean boots lowers our speed magnificently for defense. What? Why not actually have something that's like, oh, makes us think?
I hope to see you again.
So, what's next on the agenda?
Alright, that's going to max out Nina Fenley.
I'll gladly accept this.
Unique accessory, the silver friendship bracelet. We got friend zoned. Excellent. Buy bracelets. Silver friendship bracelet. Silver headphones. Strength plus 50, speed plus 5, accuracy plus 50, crit plus 5. Seems okay. It's pretty decent, actually. I'd say it's better than Proverbs of Strike. Well, it's better than Iron Wrench that you've got on. Blimmin' hell. Here, be friend zoned, Aaron. Congratulations. Good work, team. You all are doing great. Props to you for practicing your butts off while the away team's been gone. Thanks for tonight, Frawler. You really know how to psych us up. Kirk and the rest of the crew are going to be blown away when they see how much we've improved. We're free to use the core we like, so we're going to make the most of this chance to hone our skills. Wow, everyone's so pumped up today. I feel like cheering you guys on twice as hard. You know, we probably wouldn't have been this motivated if it weren't for you. We've got a lot to thank you for. For real, before you showed, things were really tense around here. So tense that you could cut the air with a knife. Simon would always take charge whenever things got out of hand. But that's surprising to hear. I mean, I knew you guys had a lot going on back then, but you're all such good people. It's just hard to imagine this group being on pins and needles. And we still would have been if not for you. You helped us change for the better. In fact, I'd say you've been just as much of a positive influence on us as Simon's been. Oh, come on, there's no way that's true. Don't give me that much credit. I'm not doing anything special, I'm just hanging out with them and cheering them on. Why are they hitting me with a barrage of thank yous? I don't get it. I'm just doing what any good friend would do. Wait, am I embarrassed? Yes. Kirk and some of our other players are currently going head to head with teams from other districts. I'm trying to see how far they'll get without me. But it's really hitting me now that this court feels empty without them. It's like a freaking ghost town. It's thanks to Frawler's efforts that this place has become as lively as it is. Frawler's parents aren't around anymore, but she's always so upbeat and positive. Guess she's made of sterner stuff. She has a way of lifting the spirits of everyone around her with that bright personality. It's infectious, I tell you. I bet you anything that she'll be leading this crew a few years from now. Is it basketball time? Who's playing? Ren is playing.
Okay, let's begin.
Shoot! Oh, he's got me.
Yeah.
Oh, he went too early.
walk
You
in the
fool.
Yeah.
Ren's
walk in
sinking
the park.
these.
What a shame.
How could you stop someone like Ren?
Very good.
Haha, see, Ren's too fast.
Nice moves.
Oh, went too early. No,
Yeah.
he actually scored.
Nice
Ren,
moves.
use a scythe. Execute him.
Nice
This
moves.
is the only way to cover this up.
Yeah.
In it goes.
Yeah.
In it goes.
Sha.
I mean, if I hit 3, I definitely won, right?
Sha.
In it goes. Very good.
What are you doing, buddy?
Afraid not. Afraid not.
It's always funny when someone's going, whoa, I'm so dodgy, I'm so
Very
evasive, I'm
good.
so tricky, and you just stand there like, huh? Do you know what I mean?
How utterly
Wow, look how
expected.
skilled I am. I'm doing things swish, swish with the ball, yeah. And you're like, well, I don't actually have to do anything while you're doing that, you idiot.
Today's news briefing comes to us straight from the
So, your
Tyrell
father didn't
Times.
make it back today either, huh? Didn't he just break his promise with you the other day too? You sure you're alright? Well, I'm a bit sad, but I think my father might be even more concerned about breaking his promise. I know he cares very deeply for me after all, so I suppose I'll just have to patiently wait for him to come home in the meantime. Well, alright. Guess it would suck to fake another kidnapping for you. Hey, I'd never ask you to do that. It would suck. Besides, I'm perfectly content spending time with this one Eddie friend of mine. I've even become friends with his mother as well. Thanks to them, I don't have to feel lonely anymore. I still think it's weird you're close with my mum now. Makes sense though. If I'm remembering right, she lost her mum some time ago. Sorry, did you say something? That's nothing. Alright, why don't you stop by Old Town again? Everything was kind of a mess last time you came. And even though it freaks me out a little, I'm sure my mum would like to see you again. That's a wonderful idea. Well, I suppose that means I have one more thing to look forward to.
And now for a weather update.
I was just wondering who they wanted me to help make a donation to this time.
Yesterday's cold spell has since reversed course.
By the way, I heard there was an explosion in Old Town. Is everything alright with your mother? And what about her store? She's fine and I didn't see any damage. Oh, thank goodness. I was just about ready to tell Rumsfeld to find the best doctor in the city. You spare no cost for us, huh?
That's all the weather news we have.
Yesterday, my mum and Bazelia went out somewhere without telling me. Apparently, they really hit it off, but they spent the whole time talking about me.
How about some more music?
What a pain in the ass. Still, I kind of want to know what they said.
What's it gonna be?
I want your chestnuts.
Later.
I want my radio back. Rest in peace, radio. You got blown sky high. No one's questioning the incredibly localized explosion that did no damage to anything else, not even the structure of the building. Oh, hello! You guys came at the perfect time. Want to come drinking with us? Not really. I gotta say though, definitely never expected to see you two together. Well, I ran into him while I was leaving my hotel room earlier. Mine is apparently right next to his. It would seem our meeting was fated, so I invited him out for a drink. Never would have thought you guys would know each other though. I originally told him I'd like to pass, but as the rumors say, Director Gotti just doesn't take no for an answer. Why do I feel like I should be the one apologizing? Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the important stuff. Towsen, who would you prefer to go drinking with? Someone who's the pretty type or the cute type? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We've got both types here. Come on, let's head to our first stop. Would you please wait a moment? Stop ignoring everything I say. Sounds like Towson's in for a rough time. Thank God he never changes, huh? I'm glad I have the chance to make acquaintances with Director Gotti, but I hadn't expected him to be so overbearing. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to keep up with him. Maybe I should have stayed in and ordered room service. Yes. Apparently, Towson used to be the CEO of the Vern Company, but now he's unemployed. He seems a bit down about it all. Maybe some drinking will help raise his spirits. Kind of think of it, been a while since I first set up shop here. Back in my younger days, I'd bring my store to all sorts of places, but this is where I chose to settle into the end. It can be kind of nice to try my hand in the other parts of town, though. Maybe I'll take the time to return to my roots every now and then. Alright, we wanted to speak to Giordano, who was a right G helping us escape recently. Hey, big boy, something happened today? Well, tonight's looking like a good night, so if you want to change your pace, why don't you go for a drive with me? A night seeing all the hidden sights of the city? Don't want to miss out, do you? You know, I've really got to hand it to Kanza. Tonight's soba was tasty as all get out. Dinners that don't need a helping of alcohol on the side are rare indeed. But now that it's over, want to grab a drink with me? And you see, you want to take me for a drive, but you also want to have a drink? Pick a lane, friend. Sarah and Shahina, so we are talking over what has recently happened. And that's a lot of food on that table. It seems the political debate and symposium went off without a hitch. But with what happened at the Z1 race, we will not be easing up on our scrutiny. Security? Not while we have VIPs here. Scrutiny security? We do not take this responsibility lightly. Rest assured that the safety of the hotel is at the forefront of our minds at all times. I believe Miss Bazelio is out speaking with Eddie right now. Manager Rumsfeld agreed to their meeting, so I suppose it's alright. I can't help but feel we should be keeping a better eye on her, though. Yes, Eddie's not as strong.
I understand why you might think that.
Politicians.
However, consider this.
I must say, I was quite impressed with the president's speech. His refute of that one assemblyman in particular was remarkable. As always, his entire demeanor was magnificent, and of course, I'm sure A's like you were the ones to help bring him to such a level. Glad to hear you were so impressed by it all. However, I'm afraid the president was the one who did most of the work, although we did do our best to support him on the daily. Anyway, Langdon, I'm aware of how kind you've been to our party in the papers. We'll make sure to maintain good relations in the future. That being said, no matter how grateful we feel, we will not be following in the footsteps of our predecessors. You will now not be gaining further access to our administration. I just wanted to make that clear. Yes, of course, I wouldn't want to cause trouble for you or the president after all. Looks like I'm going to have to play the long game here. I should have known they'd make things more complex. Guess my plans to speak directly with the president will have to be on pause for the moment. That's fine, I'll just use my other connections to work my way in. The president made an incredibly constructive argument in the debate. It sounds like we'll be able to rely on Langdon's article to bolster our party's approval rate as well. No matter how you look at it, this debate allowed us to shed a good light on both our party and the president's ideologies. Unless something unprecedented were to happen, I believe the next election should be fairly safe for us. Something unprecedented is about to happen. Honestly, Marielle had me on pins and needles for a bit. I had no idea she intended on being so direct with both parties. And you could tell she wasn't winging it either. Her questions had some real depth to them. Well, regardless, I'm happy the debate provided an opportunity for better relations, both between the public and the Assembly. Hopefully it will remain standing as the Republic's main pipeline of information for the current administration. Why do you want to necessarily be the puppet? I don't know. But reporting it impartially, right? I don't know. What happened at the Z1 yesterday was incredibly unfortunate. Well, at least our VIP guests found no problems in returning to the hotel. We haven't had any issues with today's events either. I only hope their time with us continues to act as a reprieve from their troubles. Oh, I almost forgot. Polanski's supposed to be attending that political debate today. I wonder, do I really need his help? Wait, what am I saying? The more choices I have, the better. Once things settle down, I'll do everything in my power to get him back to me. Or to back me. This time for sure. I need to read slower. I'm doing that predictive reading, if you know what I mean. Like, you can read a sentence, you can read a word without actually seeing all the letters in it. If the first and the last letter in the right position is basically all you need, right? I'm messing that up today. I'm messing that up today, truly. If you're looking for Miss Bazelia, I believe she is nearby speaking with Eddie. Eddie has been operating his stand here in the Seiden District of late. She tries to meet with him when he does so. It may be night, but the young miss is carrying a mobile device on a person. Also, if anything were to happen, she is within a reachable distance. You see, I've been trying to allow her more freedom lately, with certain caveats, of course. Certain caveats. Alright, the only people left to speak to are the group over here. Are you really alright with us eating food this expensive? Of course I am. Is Hamburg steak that expensive? It's the least I can do as thanks for your assistance. After all, you two are the ones who managed to bring both our security chief and our concierge out of the daze. Yeah, since the GM is paying, feel free to eat whatever you'd like. Well, sounds like we got the all clear, Sarah. Let's dig in. But... And of course, you all deserve some thanks as well. It was no big deal. Yeah, well done, you guys. Fairy, Rosette, how are you feeling? You two had us really worried. I'm glad our dance managed to reach you in the end. Yeah, we're fine now. Sorry for all the trouble I caused. I'd also like to apologize. I know words are hardly enough, but I'm incredibly grateful for what you did for us. Well, you're right about words not being enough. It took forever to snap you out of it. Still, I know it wasn't your fault, so don't go making that face, alright? Besides, this incident allowed me to confirm once again how indispensable you are to us. It's an honor to hear you say so, sir. Anyway, I can tell you guys are still pretty busy. Just try to remember to rest when you can, okay? Yeah, if anything else would have happened to you guys, Sarah might just get an ulcer. Shahina, we don't need to give them anything else to worry about. Gotcha. We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Yeah, Rosette alone can beat us. By the way, setting a trap, of course. Well, at least we were able to hear about what happened after the fact. Okay. I'll rephrase that. Rosette was able to beat us by trapping us, but Rosette was also able to trap a large group of people, including Shizuna, and beat us. Well, at least we were able to hear about what happened after the effect. I feel like we can rest a bit easier now that we know. Yeah, I do feel kind of guilty about all of this, though. Stop right there. You can't keep beating yourself up about this. You shot me several times. Stop doing that. I'll never let you live it down. Yeah, we'll get to the root of the issue, and then we'll yank it out. So what's the plan now? Should we head back? Well, we still have a little more time. Why don't we make one more round before we go back? Sounds good to me. We'll head back once we hit a good stopping point. To advance the main story, select Discuss Plans at Montmart from the travel menu. I'm just glad that our dance could be of use. But it worries me that whoever did that to their memories could still be out there. Well, if there's anything we can do to help, just let us know. And please take care. I'm not sure I really understand this whole memory rewrite thing, but I'm glad Fairy's okay. But now that things have calmed down, I'm starving. Sarah's been all polite, but it's not like we get this chance every day, you know? I'm just gonna say thanks so I can get to eating. This single incident came at quite a cost for our company. Of biggest concern would have to be the injuries Vice Chief Hassan sustained. Of course, I intend to make reparations on behalf of Marduk. I'll be taking responsibility for all damage done to your office as well. And just so you're aware, I've already ordered the security chief to tie up any loose ends. The dedication that man shows for his work is truly awe-inspiring. Is that so? Gilliam Thorndyke, I can never get a read on this guy. I'm really happy with how everything turned out, but it bugs me that the true culprit's still out there. I'll make sure they pay for what they did to my friend. If I find anything, I'll pass it on to you guys as soon as I can. Just try not to let your guard down, alright? We can do this. Of course. Thank you very much, Mirabelle. Do you know the thing about Thorndyke is, I feel like he's slipping into a spot that's already inhabited by someone else. And that's
I
Sal.
never did get to see Sarah and Shahina perform.
I'm sure you'll get another chance. You can think of it as something to look forward to.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd be happy to accompany you when the time comes.
There's a little bit of dialogue for leaving as well. Yeah, he almost seems like very Sour-esque, Sour-adjacent.
Something?
Can't really put it any other way than that. Well, we've been everywhere. We've got to discuss our plans by the look of things. I don't know if anything else is going on anywhere now.
Here goes.
But we can always check with, like, this kind of movement. To be honest, I really think we are done.
Off we go.
And can finish the night. So, yes, another sweep complete. Until we get sent on another sweep, maybe in the morning or something. You know how it is. Nothing can happen tonight, right? Right? Someone reassure me, stat.
Let's get going.
I don't think there's anything that I need to do that I've missed doing. Like, I've done the 4 SPGs on the board. Nothing as ever bad has happened tonight. Thank you for reassuring me. I mean, after all, it happened at 6 AM, which was technically morning last time we got exploded. And then when I really think about it, it's Agnes's fault for asking us all to convene at 6 AM in the morning. What a decision. It caused all of our deaths. Never force people to wake up at 6 a.m. It's just horrible. Why would you do that?
I'd better get home soon.
Why would you do this? I don't think there's anything else, so let's go discuss our plans. 5 a.m. is better, yeah. Might be time to return to Montmart and talk about what we need to do from here. I'm literally in there. Sure, return to Montmart. Don't think there was anything else I needed to do. Or noticed. Oh, okay, the day ended.
Truly, well done.
Gain 2 SP by releasing the orbital lock. Was there a Mansion Garden or did I already do that? Okay, maybe not. S is good.
A predictable result.
Yep, Ren's the best. After reconvening, everyone began discussing their next course of action. They set about organizing the information they gathered over the last few days. While doing so, the landlords brought them some evening desserts and non-alcoholic beverages. After a while, they took the best suggestions into account and devised a plan. Okay, I think we ought to hang up our thinking caps for the night. Yeah, I'd like to just stand here for a while and enjoy the night breeze. I wish I were half as relaxed as you two. Truth be told, I think our plan has less than a 50% chance of success. I'm worried about standing on this roof when the explosions were below it. Now that's being optimistic. It'd be a different story if we had some substitute for the Genesis' reactions. Quit being negative Nancy's. We'll manage just fine. Live, die, repeat. These rewrites might be scaling up in intensity, but remember, we've got over half the Genesis back now. It was thanks to them that we got out of this morning's disaster with our asses intact, yeah? That's right, we wouldn't have gotten this far without them. And I know they'll continue to prove vital to us well into the future. There's still some things we don't know about them, right? Yes, even the enemy cannot capitalize on their full potential, according to Miss Ortasia. That's good to hear. Then if all goes well, we should be alright. The Garden Master better watch out. We're about to send his ass on the highway to hell. The sooner he goes there, the better. Alright, the clock will strike midnight in a little over 2 hours. For now, I suggest we check explosion.
Something wrong?
No. You can't ask her that. She might just let it happen anyway for funsies.
Define wrong. If we totally forgot something fits the definition, then yeah.
Huh? Are you saying we overlooked something?
Who can say?
Are you allergic to straight answers or something?
You might be a beast in a fight, but you're still a giant pain in the... Huh?
Van?
Shh! You guys hear that?
No, don't think so.
Is that... Oh. We've got something coming from 2,000 Arj to the north. And that's not all.
Huh? The hell are you on about?
Gunshots! From the next district! What's going on?
That sounded like a tank. Why is something like that here?
It's no good. I can't connect to the orbital network.
There's no jamming at play. The servers must be down. Katra, can we get a visual?
Oh, yes, of course. Theo, do it!
Understood, Katra. Activating telephoto mode. Confirming source of gunfire.
What the hell is going on over there?
They're fighting in the city. But who's giving the orders?
Hey, Renee?
Can't get in touch with them, huh?
The emergency lines are down.
The CID as a whole may be caught up in this. I must return to the President's...
Mr. Arkride!
No, this comes first! Get out of here, now! That's an order!
Landed directly on us. It landed directly on the President and then landed directly on us. What are the chances? What are the chances? Oh my god, we're going so far back. Van and Co die in the beginnings of a coup. What the hell is going on? Oh my god, we're back to... Oh, we're back to the start of day... We're back to the start of Route D, actually. So that might mean we don't have sweeps to do, because we're on the same day. Okay. So now we're not going to bother about... I guess we're not getting attacked anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh my goodness. Alright, off we go then. Off we go to see what happens next. What the hell could approach us from the skies? A coup. The military are being rewritten as we speak. Alrighty, I'm heading out now. No, you're not. Remember time. I texted Abby a minute ago and he said he'll keep his ear to the ground. I plan to conduct my own investigation tonight as well. I'll also be paying Mr. Alfayed a visit. He and his unit are just outside the capital, as it so happens. Really now? Wonder what he's... What the hell? Should we really be going our separate ways? Send friends off as is. Dead end. Attempting to remember. I must attempt... Wait, that's right. It was after Ferry and Rosette left that... Huh? What was that? Oh, it's that rewind thing again. I remember now. It affected...
I can't believe it. How could I have done that to you guys?
So, you remembered what's supposed to go down on day 3, huh?
Yes. It's all coming back to me. I subjected you all to so much pain.
Stop right there! Don't blame yourselves, please. We know you didn't want to do those things. It wasn't your fault.
Our dear friend, the Garden Master, had you acting against your will. And even after we finally prevailed, he overturned it all that very same night.
We may need to rethink our approach.
Yep, back to the drawing board we go. Let's go over what we remember. Anything to keep us from reliving tomorrow. I think we've got this mostly figured out. The real head-scratcher is those last few moments at the end.
We finally got everything back to normal, and then the least normal thing goes and happens. I can't remember all the specifics, but I know there was fighting all over the capital. And then...
Those airships appeared to be from the Republican Army's Ix Alba series. If my memory serves, they were also suffering from the effects of the corrosion.
It would be best to assume that both the Guild and the CID have fallen prey to it as well. To think something so sinister was brewing in the wings.
Well, at least Ferry and Rosette are still their usual selves.
But that doesn't change the severity of the situation. How are we supposed to prevent this?
You got me. But there's one thing I know for sure. What we just witnessed was the worst-case scenario. If we let that happen tomorrow, everything we've done up till now will have been for nothing. And I ain't down for that, so I say we go on the offensive. We've recovered 5 Genesis, and at this point we pinned down the enemy's MO to a T. I think we can lay off the rewind stuff this time around. Let's end this cycle with our own hands.
Now you're talking!
I suppose we have relied on that power more than a few times.
Yes. We should have been dead already, but we've been saved by it time and time again.
That said, if we keep using it as our lifeline, we might go belly up when it's time for the final showdown.
That's true. So let's settle this with our own strength.
Fortunately, we are privy to what the future will bring, giving us the means to plan a preemptive strike.
That's a good point. We can make the most of the information we've gathered.
There has to be some way to overcome this nightmare. And we're gonna find it!
If we are searching for an opening of some kind, the corrosion may be our best bet. Based on what we've learned so far, we can surmise it's not some all-powerful, unconquerable force.
Right, even when Cassim and Rosette were under its control, they realized something was up. Smallfire was totally taken in by it, though. Why were their cases so different? I figured it was because I'm nowhere near as strong as them. Wait, no, maybe it's because the Genesis was given to me. Both of those possibilities are plausible. The strength of its grip may vary depending on the victim's temperaments and circumstances. In other words, the corrosion has its limits. The Genesis were left behind by my great-grandfather. They're experimental apparatuses that were made to gauge the world. If the corrosion was made manifest by the 8th Genesis, then there definitely should be a limit to its power. Sounds reasonable. No, it's more than just reasonable. I think that's exactly right. If that's true, then how has the corrosion been able to spread so far and wide? I know the first 7 Genesis were the points of origin, but that alone doesn't exactly answer the question. There must be some sort of channel with which it can widen its reach to cover the entire capital. Oh no, don't tell me! If we are following that thread of logic, then the only rational conclusion is using the Orbital Network. Agreed. In the past, the Septium veins have frequently been the cause of widespread interference. In an urbanized city such as Edith, however, the Orbital Network is the more likely candidate. So it's not unlike what happened to the Märchen Garden, then. The circumstantial evidence is beginning to accumulate. Are you capable of tracking the corrosion down? Yes, I believe I can, provided I have the assistance of our 2 resident technologists. Of course, you can count on me. With the whole of Marduk's resources at our disposal, we will put an end to the corrosion for good. Alright, let's take this from the top. The light at the end of this long tunnel is within sight. Just gotta make it through today. Again. Again.